Hello, Internet, but most likely just Sammer. My name is Christian Mercado, and this is a new segment I haven't named yet. Shit. Christian's mandatory video diary for Israel Palestine, where I pretty much, what did I write? I rant and stuff, probably. That's what this is. Basically, I'm just talking, reflecting on what got me heated in my Israel Palestine class, who Sammer is the teacher of. Hot button issue, I know. And today's topic is Masada and Censorship. For those of you who don't know, Masada is this play by Arthur Milner. It's in this book, if you want to read it. It's really good, very interesting. Essentially, it's about this Jewish man who is giving a speech in front of people, and he kind of, as the play progresses, he becomes more and more Zionist. And the question that was posed in class was whether or not we should, FSU, Florida State, that's where I go, you should put this on as a play, hypothetically speaking, if we had like everything that we would need, which I don't think we do in actuality. It's a theoretical situation in which we would have, if we could, theoretical situation where if we had the means, we could do it. Should we or should we not do it? It was interesting because a lot of the people in class would only want to do it if Arthur Milner was there, out of this kind of fear. I believe the way Sammer put it was kind of like political protection almost, as in they didn't want to seem, they didn't want to seem bad, and I kind of understand that because the play could go either way. It could be used as, my friend Blair put it, kind of fuel for the fire of anti-Zionists, especially far left anti-Zionists, because of the way it ends, where he's literally spewing very, very strong and kind of terrifying rhetoric, where like, this is their land. Let's read a passage. Yes, we want peace, and we shall have peace on our terms. We shall choose a never-ending war over an Israel cut up and divided. We shall not shrink from the methods God used to rescue us from Egypt. If we fight with courage and determination of the zealots, and if we are willing to die 1,000 deaths, we cannot be defeated. Very strong. But at the same time, it could also be kind of inciting violence for Zionists, in the sense of almost like a rallying cry. And I had a lot of issues with the idea that people wouldn't put it on. This brings me back to the main topic, which is censorship. I strongly disagree with censorship of most kinds. And part of that comes with the fact that even if you were to not put this on, that doesn't change the ideas that lie dormant within people. So essentially, if this was going to inflame anti-Zionists or encourage Zionists, they kind of already existed. And I think what am I saying? I don't think not putting on this play would do anything beneficial, whereas putting on this play might have a chance of doing something beneficial. If you were to not put on this play, that doesn't stop the zealots, the Zionists, or the anti-Zionists from being who they are. But if you were to put on this play, it would it would maybe promote a discussion. It might promote discussion because right now I feel like a lot of people don't really realize the violence kind of on both sides, and this is real. This is a thought that people actually have, and the violence and the kind of horror behind it is very real. And right now I don't feel like a lot of people actually notice or like realize how pervasive that idea is, and how that just like exists. So censoring it would just prevent a kind of dialogue from even occurring. like, let's take one of my other classes, for example. In my ethics class, we're going to be reading some of Osama bin Laden's writings, and I've in the past read Mein Kampf, which are these horrible writings that have incited like a lot of violence, and yet they're still taught because despite them possibly inciting this violence, they're still useful, and it's important to kind of learn from these texts what people believe. And I think that there's value in that with this play as well. It's important for the feelings and the words of the play to get out there despite what might happen, because it promotes a dialogue. You wouldn't be able to understand a person's point of view if they never express it. And if people were censored, then people's inner thoughts and their actual feelings about certain things would never actually come to light. And I think that's the beauty of this. And so that concludes today's episode of this. See you next week. Have a great day, Samer, and the internet. Bye.